All right, welcome back. Beautiful music there by Obri Titi. Now we're going to enjoy some more for him later on in the show. But now it's time for nutrition. And well, it's Christmas time. And we need to watch out. Well, we've been told that we need to watch our weight.
Well, so Akosia Kunadu Yadom is here, and we are looking at checking our weights, during this Christmas.
Why do you look like you're offended by the idea?
I'm offended by the idea.
Really?
Because is that even possible?
Christmas.
Akosia, welcome. And why are you trying to, cut short our happiness? Because throughout the whole year, we are trying to
have been maintaining
check this, check that.
Yeah.
Now, just
in fact, that's
week,
a good point.
Just 1 week that we can make merry, literally make merry, eat everything, drink everything, just for 1 week. Why are you doing this? Why?
When was her birthday?
Please answer the question. Why are you doing
My birthday
this?
was
We want to
one day.
know
That's
why
what
you
I'm
are
trying to
doing
say.
this.
I said now we have a week. My birthday was.
You indulged over the weekend because you thought we were going to spoil yourself.
Which I did.
So,
I don't lie.
as far as everything we are talking about is concerned, you are not even supposed to be
So
considered.
I'm asking this for friends.
Friends who haven't had their birthday.
They all had their birthday, so we are not enjoying. It is very important that you keep a healthy weight because you are not just doing good to yourself as far as your physical well-being is concerned. I know I have to convince Rima. Look at the way she's looking at me, but I'll convince you. So it's very important that you keep a healthy weight or a normal weight because it will help prevent you from even having some cancers. It will prevent you from having cholesterol issues. Last week we spoke extensively about egg and how many of what you are doing can be good or can be bad to you.
Okay.
So it helps you as far as you guarding your heart is concerned because then it prevents your risk of cardiovascular diseases. Then it helps your body to be able to properly regulate your blood pressure. So you realize that most of the people and other things, so diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol issues or cardiovascular concern, even stroke.
Okay.
And then some cancers. So when you have a person with a normal body weight, for example, people come and they have gestational diabetes, they have all the examples I've spoken about. And the first thing I normally look out for is to check if they have a normal weight. And 98% to 99% of the time, their weight is bad.
When you say normal weight, what do you mean by normal weight?
Per the WHO or World Health Organization specification, we have underweight. If we calculate or measure your BMI, and you are below 18.5, we say you are underweight. And for that, we have the MAM, we have the SAM, we have the severe one, we have the moderate one. And then we have the underweight itself. Then we have the normal, anything between 18.5 to 24.9.
Okay.
It should be measured. We've measured it on the show.
Okay, so just break it down for us, okay, because there are people who are getting into Christmas. They need to understand when you say BMI, what are we looking at?
So your body mass index, and that is your weight. So when you stand on the scale, what you get divided by your height in meters square. So let's say if your height is 160 centimeters, if you want to convert your height from centimeters into meters square, it has to be 1.60 times 1.60, and that will give your height in meters square. So I don't know if you want to do it. So let's say your weight is 70 kilogram, and then your height is 160. So to convert 1.60 times 1.60, so it has to be 70 divided by 1.60 times 1.60. What are we getting?
Yeah, so let me just do that now. So we have one. So I'm actually going to use my own.
Okay,
so I suspect I'm overweight.
Why? Look like you are prepping us to accept it. What is it?
So 70 divided by 1.
No,
your height.
So
what's your height?
My height is 1.75 thereabouts.
So 1.75 times 1.75.
2, so that's 3.0.
So divide your weight by 3.0.
So the weight is 80.08. 80.08 divided by 3.01 equals 26.6.
So you are slightly overweight.
I'm slightly overweight.
Yeah, overweight is anything 25 to 29.9.
Can you imagine, Frema, look at me, I'm overweight.
Well, I don't want to check mine for now, you know. But
I'll check and post on Instagram and tag her.
Well, but Akosia, so in trying to check our weight, you know, we want to be eating the cakes, we want to be eating the salads, we want to be having our fufu and light soup, granite soup, everything that comes with Christmas. We want to have nice drinks as well, you know. What should we be eating? Maybe we can have the salads, but not how we normally do it, or how do we turn things around, but still make sure that we are making merry?
So I would say that there are steps to follow, and I would like to go through the steps, and it will capture whatever you want us to talk about.
Sure.
So check your weight each week.
Okay.
So if you know that one way to make sure you are aware of whatever is going on with you is to be on alert. So you can have a scale in the house, and then there are people who check their weight even every day.
I do it every day. That's actually how come I know what my weight is this morning. Because I check every day.
You know, there are people, every day will help because the Christmas now is 1 week.
Yes.
So if you're going to check,
you can do any
by the time we are checking, Christmas is done.
Clinically, I can't check your weight twice because I need to factor a lot of things into weight. But then on your own in the house, you can decide to do that just to know if you are going over. Because most people relapse. My clients relapse a lot. In January, they come back and we are at square one. So you have to do that. And then know your vitals. And then your nutritional status. The vitals, the BMI is part of the vitals. Your waist to hip. We've checked that one too here. So if I measure 2 of this, that's the waist to height. It should meet up or match up with your height. But there are people with this, and so you measure and it's longer than their height. That one, you are highly susceptible to heart diseases. You can even have heart attacks. So that is it for those people. And then you have to know your body composition. For me, I am probably putting on weight because of the fat I am putting in me. For you, it may probably be water.
Yes.
For another person, it is protein. They love meat. For another person, it's the carbs. So you meet people, the average Ghanaian goes like, I'm no more taking a lot of carbs. You want your brain to function because your brain needs glucose and energy. You have to know what is causing you being that way, so that if it is carbo related, then I will know as a nutritionist how to adjust. Obviously, I will do it for you, but if you are aware of what it is, then it means that you have to pay attention to whatever it is that is causing that. Because I have people going like, I don't eat much. Whatever you are telling me, that's what I do. But I really love to take a lot of water. There are people who can do up to 10 sachets in a day. So if you are somebody who is putting on weight based on your water intake, then it means that we should find ways of making sure that is corrected.
But you know, sometimes how do you know that this is what is making me put on weight? Because for instance, you get up in the morning, you are taking bread and tea. In the afternoon, you are eating some rice and stew. In the evening, you are taking some plantain and this. You know, sometimes you on your own might find it very difficult breaking it down or zoning in to know that okay, it is the protein, it is the carbohydrate, it is the water. How do you check?
Because it's because of where we find ourselves.
No, and this is where we find ourselves.
Yes, but you can meet people who are really in charge as far as their health status is concerned. They can tell you exactly what is going on with them. There are people who even sit in front of you and you tell them what is wrong with you. I don't know. Like sometimes they make it difficult for you to be able to even help them. But there are people, and this has nothing to do with education. My grandmother can tell you from the crown of her head to the soles of her feet exactly how she feels in the arm, exactly how she's feeling in the eyes, exactly how she's feeling. Because I am able to help you based on what you are telling me. And so I believe that when it comes to some of these things, we are supposed to study and know our bodies. Know your body. For me, I don't have that issue. I have a father, and so my paternal side has favored me, so I look this way. But my mom is big. And so for her, I know that she was born that way. My mom's problem is carbo, because she's not too much of a meat person. So it's up to her. I know that this is what it is with the person. For the viewer or the viewers watching us, it will be difficult for me to know. That's why I've pointed out all these factors for you to consider. So for Frema, it could be that, study yourself, give yourself like a month or 3 months and just run through whatever you are eating. Keep a book or a journal. Record whatever you are taking over time. if you are doing that, hitting the scale before doing that, you'll be able to know, okay, I added 2 kg. What did I take for this period that I wanted to do A, B, C, D? Which one was more in there? Then we can just pay attention to that, seek professional help, and be able to trash it out. So if you come to me like that, I'll go like, okay, let's cut down on the consumption of protein, even animal protein, and let's do plant-based protein and see what will happen to Frema. So this is something you can do for yourself. And so once you have been able to discover, and if you don't know too, that's why we have professionals trained for it. You can seek professional help. But I know that you know what is making you put on.
I want us to talk about caloric deficit, but we'll do that after this short break. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. Now, so maybe we should just avoid eating breakfast.
Hey, that's wrong. It's a serious
Breakfast
point.
is very, very important.
So it's one of the points to
And
note.
they will eat all the
This
food
is
in breakfast.
I'm even tired. Now they tell you that eat breakfast, you know, check your weight.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Rice that
We'll
we
get
eat
there.
for
We'll get there.
breakfast.
So now let me just go. Hey, even if I'm struggling to convince these two, I can imagine how the viewers
No, we
over.
want to understand.
So let's go in.
Yeah.
Now you eat in 20 minutes because you know that satiety signals will need to hit the brain to tell you that Frema, okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
But for some people, they can finish 3 balls of kinky in less than 20 minutes. So for them, it takes time for the signals to be achieved. By the time it's 20 minutes, they are done with 4 balls.
Yeah.
And so people
I
who...
have a confession.
You have a confession.
Yeah.
You're
When I was around 18, I used to pride myself in the fact that I could eat what 3 of my siblings would eat in terms of fufu.
Congratulations.
And you know how I would do it?
What?
I noticed that the faster I ate, the more I could eat.
Yeah.
Right. But then it made sense in 6th form because in 6th form biology, we learned about the satiety signal. 20 minutes. It takes 20
So when you
minutes for
start
your
eating,
your
your
brain to get
brain
a signal from your stomach that,
I've had
you are
enough.
full.
Okay.
You see, so if you stretch your meal over 20 minutes, you may not have eaten a lot,
You won't overeat.
but you'll be full
The signals will
because
come
the signal would have been
Well,
triggered.
that's how I eat.
Yeah.
with satiety. So
Yeah.
that's why you are achieving this. But somebody may sit and think that, oh, Frema, maybe she's getting it from her father or her mother. Aside the fact that I got this from my dad, I am a slow eater.
I'm extremely slow. Sometimes I even worry. I remember
It
my
gets
mother
cold.
always used to.
No, it's a
I
blessing.
can reheat my
It
food
is good.
about.
It's a blessing.
It is good. So
Okay.
people like
Yeah, it's
us, we
actually a
always have
blessing.
something left in our plates.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
Because
blessing.
the brain will get the signal, and that is God made. There is
You know,
no way
so
we can
I
trick
normally
it.
say that I stop eating because I get tired of eating, not because I'm full. Because I eat, then I have to go and reheat the food.
I'm sure you
Then
hate
back.
ampesi like me.
Ampesi is actually one of my favorite
Whoa,
foods.
I struggle
It's
to
for
chew.
food I don't like. You know, that whole soup thing, and it's too
Which
cumbersome for
dunya
me.
me is this one?
I know, it's too cumbersome for my life.
So you
know.
eat breakfast too. So breakfast is because you deprive yourself of meals. So I
Yeah.
have people come like,
During sleep.
I am a Christian, I want to be fasting. But you know that the 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. you fasted. So if you can do
That one
it,
we didn't pray.
if you, there are people
Because
who
we're
stay
sleeping.
up to pray, and
Yes.
it will make sense. So if you eat breakfast, you'll be able to fill yourself as far as hunger is concerned. You are cushioned for the day, and it affects the decision you make for the rest of the day. If I don't have breakfast, if I see Frema with plantain chips, I would want to have some.
Yeah.
If I see Koku with tidbits, I would want to have some because, oh, Mindidi, so I need to get A, B,
pieces,
C,
yeah.
bits and pieces to make sure I fill my gut up and still prep myself to go and have a good lunch because I've not had breakfast. And so temptation to overeat is there.
Yeah.
That's why you need to make sure you are eating breakfast just to be
Okay.
cushioned so that it can affect the decision you are making in a day, and then measure your portions or your calorie count. Now, a lot of us don't even use food scales. Yes, the typical Ghanaian, if you say what is the grams per slice of your bread, we break.
We break,
We
you
break
can
bread.
gauge it. You can
break
gauge
bread.
the rice
use
you want
your
to
eye.
cook. You use your eye to gauge the thing. But bread is better when you break it. So when it's fresh bread, it's nice when you break it.
Yeah. So you just
So you have to measure your bread, and then so get a full scale, and then use the sardine tin, the tightest one, as your gauge, and just measure your bread. So you know offhand that, oh, Frema, how many slices of bread did I have today? Did you have today? I had 2. And offhand, you know that, oh, it's equivalent to, let's say, 10 grams.
Okay.
And 10 grams, I know that we should start. Please, let's all start. Let's start. You can know that you had 2 slices, and per the cuttings and your food scale, you know that, let's say, it's 10 grams. 10 grams carbohydrate is 4 calories as far as counting is concerned. So, okay, oh, today I had 40 calories as far as my bread is concerned. You should learn to measure, because for a woman, your calorie count for a day, and a normal active woman, 1,800 to 2,000 calories. For a man, it's between 2,000 to 2,500. If you don't measure and you are eating 4 balls of kenke, can you track
so this,
what is going on?
Calorie requirement, how does that translate, for instance, into kenke?
So let's say 1 ball of kenke will give you, let's say, 20 grams. So 20 grams for that kenke alone, you multiply it by 4. We discussed that carbohydrate, a gram is equivalent to 4 calories.
Yeah. Okay.
Protein, a gram is equivalent to 4 calories. Fat, a gram is equivalent to 9 calories. Alcohol, a gram is equivalent to 7 calories. So whatever you are putting in you, once you pour it into the container or what have you, let it sit on the scale, measure. If it is 5 for protein by 4, that is your calories. So let's say a typical Ghanaian kenke with fish and then a bowl of salad, plain salad. Now, let's say the salad hits the scale. You pour the raw thing, not with the bowl, because the bowl will record something.
Heavy, yeah.
As simple as a slice of onions, a full scale will give you the measurements. So you measure and track. And so on the average, with whatever I've spoken about, you can roughly know how much you are taking. But it's very technical.
So if Kohe and Paco are going to eat fufu in the afternoon,
and they put it on a scale,
which they usually do.
Where is this measurement coming from?
The scale.
You know, what do they do? And so
the funny thing is that once you get ill, we will begin to measure everything for you. Once they are on the beds in the hospital, they know that, oh, 1 glass is equivalent to this and that and that.
Doesn't matter if so Kohe and Paco are cameramen. They go out, cover assignments. Sometimes, for instance, if it's a demonstration, they are up and down. Even apart from the measurement, does it matter the kind of work you are going to do after eating? So if you know you're going to engage in some kind of physical activity, does this matter?
That's why I said the average person. So when we say average, a lot of issues are linked to a lot of sedentary workers. So for somebody who is not really actively engaged, there are people who wake up in the morning, they eat gobe, and they are good to go, because if that person is a mason, if that person is a carpenter, if that person is a reporter who has to be moving from Abeka to this place and that place, obviously the nutritional needs of this person will shoot up. And so there are people who are eating more than you and me we are eating, but they are still looking a certain way, because it has everything to also do with their basal metabolic rate also. That is how much energy is deposited in you whilst you are at rest. So that one, when you check certain things about them, and that involves a lot of clinical settings, obviously with certain labs, to know when it comes to some of these values and how to know for a person like Frema and myself. But with your question, know what you are doing. The count I gave, there are people on even 2,800 caloric diet per day, and there are some men 2,000. So it's certain factors or variables that will inform me, putting you, me and your doctor or whoever, your specialist, putting you on a 2,000, 1,008. There are people even on 1,500, depending on what we are trying to achieve.
So if we are hungry, we will eat.
Yes.
How do we eat in such a way that we don't overshoot our calories?
So now you have to place it with the glycemic index foods. There are people with sugar spike issues. Like I said, everything you have to be informed as far as your whole health is concerned. If you have no health issues, okay, I can go about it having this fist size as my guide for the spatula meals, the bankuta meals. Yeah. So if it's banku, if it's kenke, the ball meals, use your fist as your guide. And if you think you won't be full, there is a reason why we put vegetables in. There is a reason why when you go to the restaurant, they don't just serve you chicken and jollof. They add coleslaw, what have you to it, just to make sure you are fuller, because vegetables are low as far as calories are concerned. So it wouldn't shoot your count. So whatever you are combining can also play a role. Let's say you want to snack, you feel like snacking. Instead of going for what we call meat pie, it is meat turnover.
Why is shading me?
Hey,
You know the deal.
I know the deal.
So
I know the
either
deal.
croissant or meat pie.
so
or
instead of
something.
going for meat turnover or what we call meat pie, you can decide to go for Greek yogurt. Nutrition is done in such a way that I'm not just filling my guts. Frema, why are you doing that? Have you tried that with mangoes or
listening to
grapes?
you.
Have you tried?
No, I believe in what you're saying.
Have you tried try Greek yogurt and grapes this lunch and see what will happen to you with Greek yogurt?
This very lunch, as in today?
Snack today.
No, I have plans, you know.
You have plans.
I've got plans.
We
She's
got
an
plans.
Ashanti.
And
She
you know,
wants to
and,
do.
we
and
got
Greek
plans.
yogurt is
It's not
no
part of the
idea.
plan.
You know what
Maybe
we
we can
do?
do that tomorrow.
You are a biochemist. Why are you doing that? Greek
And
yogurt, as far as
no,
probiotic is
listen.
concerned, Frema, please keep
But I
quiet.
came was 20 years ago. Please.
So, Frema,
Yeah.
you are blessing your gut health. As far as, so that's why I give certain examples. It's not for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Aside the fact that it is doing you good as far as checking the conversation, what we have in a conversation is concerned, it's supplying you with something good as well. As far as your
Awesome.
health is concerned, probiotics is good for you as a woman, as
Yeah.
far as your reproductive health is concerned. And your gut health. People go like, I'm always bloating, I'm always gassing, I'm always doing A, B, C,
Yeah.
D. They all help to take care of that.
We'll think about the Greek yogurt.
It's not
no,
just
no,
Greek yogurt. You can have plain salad.
Yes.
You can have plain salad, Koku. You can have plain salad. Do the right thing. Look like nutrition. We can't do this for 3 years and you look the same. So
So I think Koku has done well.
oh, he's done well
He's done
for himself. He's
fantastic.
done so
Yes,
well.
yes.
He doesn't have a pot belly because
Yeah.
he wasn't supposed to be allowed to do that if he had that.
Okay.
And then we have Christmas hampers.
yes, Christmas
we
hampers.
should talk
What
about
should
that.
we do about Christmas hampers?
So now, I told people, let us twist it this Christmas because we are tired of the provisions with the biscuits and the fizzy drinks in there. Come to think of it, I show up at Frema's house with a basket, a vegetable basket.
That'll be nice.
With a fruit basket.
Yeah.
Every fruit she loves in there, properly made
Seeds
into a
and nuts.
hamper. And we have even traditional hampers, something like what we have on our screen. It's excellent. This is a vegetable hamper
Okay.
for Christmas. And then we have fruit hampers for Christmas. This is a traditional hamper.
Okay.
So for people who want to have ebunebunu, who like Frema wants to have a feel of her local
Yes,
stuff,
yes, why
you
not?
can have a hamper like
Okay.
that.
That's
If I
beautiful.
bring you a hamper like this, I'm sure you fall in love with
Oh,
it. This
I
is
would love
fruit,
it.
a
I
fruit
love it,
hamper.
yes,
So for
yes.
corporate bodies who are trying to also improve on the work of their working force, we should stop the rice and the oil and the tin tomatoes and what have you.
How can people get in touch with you?
So on
Akosia?
Instagram, you can follow or talk to me on Instagram at The Nutritionist Akosia, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Nutritionist Akosia, and you can WhatsApp me on 0243-3502, and then you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Akosia Nutritionist.
All right. Thank you very much, Akosia. Akosia Kunidi Adam, state registered nutritionist, helping us to check our weight this Christmas, even as we enjoy ourselves.